Yeah. The lines upon my heart are old and deeply set, a history of choices that I try not to regret. I run my fingers across the smooth mahogany wood, wishing I could change the past if I only stood a little taller against the heavy rushing wind. Before the innocence of youth was completely thinned, we carry our luggage from a distant painful place, trying to find a savior or a shred of human grace. But there is a unique beauty in these old defects, an honest testament to what the soul reflects.
Yeah. Look at these vintage scars, the topography of my life, an accurate map of all the struggle, trauma, and strife. I used to try to camouflage the wounds with the fake smile, pretending that I was bulletproof for a long, long while. But these markings on my psyche are a badge of honor now, proving that I survived the storm, fulfilling my vow to never let the industry machinery break my spirit down, even when I was the most hated individual in this town. Your piano notes are like a therapeutic cooling balm, relieving the internal panic, restoring the sense of calm. We orchestrate a dialogue out of our collective damage, creating a frequency that ordinary people can barely manage.
We don't erase the history, we embrace the rugged texture, building a magnificent monument out of our old architecture. The frequency is shifting as we accept our broken pieces, watching how the heavy burden of the past finally decreases. Through these vintage scars we express our definitive truth, moving far beyond the reckless arrogance of our youth. We blend the pavement poetry with the sophisticated chord, realizing that emotional honesty is its own reward. Yes, the vintage scars will document our incredible survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival.
I remember the days when everyone was fresh and bleeding, fueled by a toxic diet that my ego was constantly feeding. I thought the strength meant never showing a single vulnerability, operating on a level of absolute destructive volatility. But sitting next to you on the studio bench today, I see the immense power of letting the hostility melt away, no longer needing the weapon as every single syllable I spit, just enjoying the organic texture of the track where we sit. We let the memories breathe, refusing to sanitize the narrative, realizing that the truth is the ultimate powerful imperative, a legendary combination of the gutter and the grand stage, writing a beautiful new chapter on a vintage weathered page. The morning sun is illuminating the scratches on the floor, the old anxieties are no longer knocking on the door. We can finally step out of the frantic competitive race, accepting the mature tranquility of this creative space. Our synchronization is an indelible mark that will never fade. We don't erase the history, we embrace the rugged texture, building a magnificent monument out of our old architecture. The frequency is shifting as we accept our broken pieces, watching how the heavy burden of the past finally decreases. Through these vintage scars we express our definitive truth, moving far beyond the reckless arrogance of our youth. We blend the pavement poetry with the sophisticated chord, realizing that emotional honesty is its own reward. Yes, the vintage scars will document our incredible survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival.
Our resilience
is permanent,
written in our skin,
a sophisticated frequency
from the place where we begin. Through these vintage scars we express our definitive truth, arrogance of our youth. We blend the pavement poetry with the sophisticated chord, realizing that emotional honesty is its own reward. Yes, the vintage scars will document our incredible survival, secure in our positions, far above any modern rival. We survived the battle, it's a classic we out. Espresso machine is steaming on the bar, a jolt of lightning in a paper cup. I watch a taxi driving from afar before the daily madness wakes us up. I need this bitter stimulant today to kickstart my lethargic, sleepy mind. We have so many urgent things to say, leaving the heavy drowsiness behind. Your cadence is a hyperactive spark that cuts right through the foggy morning haze.
Yeah, injection of adrenaline straight into the bloodstream, waking up the monster from a vivid problematic dream. I'm pacing back and forth across the checkered tile floor. My brain is firing signals like an intellectual war. I take a double shot of dark roast, no sugar added. My vocabulary folder is incredibly well padded. I'm spitting syllables at 90 miles per hour flat, but keeping it inside the jazz pocket where you're at.
It's the staccato piano chords are giving me the blueprint, leaving a permanent artistic indelible footprint. We synchronize our energies, a high-octane solution, a countercultural blast against the mental pollution. The caffeine is kicking and accelerating the vibe, creating a frequency that words can barely describe. We elevate the tempo without losing our cool composure, exposing our internal thoughts to maximum exposure. And it's a caffeine flow rushing through our collective veins, an intellectual remedy that washes out the stains. We blend the rapid fire lyricism with the coffeehouse groove, giving the cynical spectators a reason to move. Yes, the caffeine flow will keep our awareness sharp and bright, illuminating our perspective with a surge of electrical light.
I used to need a negative emotion to fuel my fire, screaming at the top of my lungs to express my desire. But now I find inspiration in the high-grade bean selection, directing my explosive thoughts in a creative direction. No longer depending on the chaos or the media attention, just enjoying the organic chemistry of this dimension. You lay the melody down like a track for a bullet train, allowing my fast-paced dialect to thoroughly entertain the purists who thought that hip-hop and jazz couldn't mesh. We keep the arrangement incredibly innovative and fresh, a legendary partnership born in the bohemian venue, offering a sophisticated item on the musical menu.
The morning rush hour is officially peeking outside. The cafe windows are vibrating from the heavy street, but we are completely comfortable taking this wild ride, matching our internal frequencies to the rapid beat. Our artistic collaboration is an absolute stimulant shot. The caffeine is kicking and accelerating the vibe, creating a frequency that words can barely describe. We elevate the tempo without losing our cool composure, exposing our internal thoughts to maximum exposure. And it's a caffeine flow rushing through our collective veins, an intellectual remedy that washes out the stains. We blend the rapid fire lyricism with the coffeehouse groove, giving the cynical spectators a reason to move. Yes, the caffeine flow will keep our awareness sharp and bright, illuminating our perspective with a surge of electrical light. Of electrical light.
current, rewriting the definition of soul.
We are wide awake, the fog is completely clear.
Delivering
The exact performance that the critics feared. And it's a caffeine flow rushing through our collective veins, an intellectual remedy that washes out the stains. We blend the rapid fire lyricism with the coffeehouse groove, giving the cynical spectators a reason to move. Yes, the caffeine flow will keep our awareness sharp and bright, illuminating our perspective with a surge of electrical light. Caffeine flow keeping me awake.
Empty the cup, we out, that's a wrap.
The reservoir is filled with the deep and midnight dye. I watch the liquid poetry spill across the sheet. We don't need to offer an explanation why our separate trajectories manage to meet. I write down the chords that originate in my soul, while you prepare the sentences that describe the pain. We are two different parts of a singular whole, finding a beautiful solace inside the heavy rain. The fountain pen is bleeding onto the porous white page, a permanent record of our transition to a wiser age.
Yeah, dipping the tip of my quill inside the jazz ink well, extracting the stories that my conscious mind is forced to tell. I'm used to spilling venom, spraying lighter fluid on the track, attacking every single enemy without ever holding back. But this environment requires a more sophisticated fluid, molding my vocabulary like a highly educated druid. I'm painting pictures with the alphabet of fluid calligraphy, matching the elegance of your reduced discography.
Your piano notes are like the blotted paper that absorbs the stress, relieving all the agony, the panic, and the mess of maintaining a public image that is entirely superficial, creating something genuine, authentic, and beneficial. The ink is flowing down the nib, creating a permanent mark, a legendary blueprint that illuminates the dark. We don't erase the errors, we incorporate the stains, transforming our historical struggles into creative gains. And it's the jazz ink writing our definitive memoirs tonight, a timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward. Yes, the jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival.
I spent my whole youth treating a notebook like a battlefield, screaming through the ink cartridges until my fate was sealed. I thought that poetry was meant to be a violent weapon of war, leaving nothing but casualties on the recording studio floor. But sitting here with this mahogany desk, watching your hand glide, I see the immense power of letting the aggression subside. No longer needing to weaponize every single syllable I spit, just enjoying the organic texture of the track where we sit. We orchestrate a literature that completely defies the trend, finding the beautiful resolution where the old chapters end, the monumental combination of the pavement and the press, dressing our deepest thoughts in the sophisticated jazz dress.
The midnight candle is burning down to the copper base, the final paragraph is taking shape upon the page. We can finally step out of the frantic competitive race, accepting the mature tranquility of this creative stage. Our synchronization is an indelible mark that will never fade. The ink is flowing down the nib, creating a permanent mark, a legendary blueprint that illuminates the dark. We don't calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward. Yes, the jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival. Let the words not let the midnight ink spill.
Yeah, we're capturing. Yeah, we're capturing the essence.
Our story is permanent, written in stone.
Sophisticated frequency, that is.
Completely our own. Sign your name at the bottom of the final sheet.
This is where the classical design
perfectly meets the street. And it's the jazz ink writing our definitive memoirs tonight. A timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid-fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward. Yes, the jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival. Jazz ink drawing on the page. Close the book, it's a masterpiece. We out. Stained glass reflects the fading evening light. We sit in silence, watching shadows grow. The steam from teacups rises in the night. A bittersweet, sweet melody starts to flow. You hold your secrets hidden in your chest. I read the lines engraved upon your palm. We seek a sanctuary, craving rest within this fragile, temporary calm. Your words are heavy, tumbling like the rain against the window of my lonely heart. We try to find a balm to soothe the pain before our tangled worlds are torn apart.
Yeah, look at these velvet curtains hanging from the ceiling structure, hiding all the fractures from a catastrophic rupture. I'm pacing on the hardwood, staring at the grand piano, trying to decode your vocal range in sweet soprano. But my mind is like a labyrinth of chaotic puzzle pieces. Every time I try to speak, the inattention just increases. I grew up in the concrete, hardened by the winter freezing. Now I'm sitting in this lounge, searching for a valid reason to lay down my old armor, let the rhythm take control, injecting jazz melodies straight into a damaged soul. You strike a minor chord and suddenly my vision clears, washing away 20 years of accumulated fears.
The ink is wet upon the blank white page. We turn the key and unlock the iron cage. Step out into the dim and smoky room and watch our collective definitions bloom. All these velvet rhymes are falling down like silver autumn leaves, a soothing tapestry that every broken spirit weaves. We blend the fierce conviction with the tenderest embrace, finding our salvation in this quiet, sacred space. Yes, the velvet rhymes will carry us across the stormy sea. A beautiful collision of your truth and harmony.
Yeah, I used to think that volume was the only way to conquer foes, screaming at the microphone, delivering the heavy blows. But now I see the power in the whisper, in the sudden pause, analyzing all my flaws without demanding your applause. You guide me through the tempo like an angel in disguise, reconstructing all the fragments where the old resentment lies. No more aggressive anthems, just a steady, peaceful flow, watching how the embers of a dying fire glow. I drop the heavy baggage that I carried on my spine, blending my aggressive flow with your vintage muscadine. We write a brand new chapter where the past cannot pursue, finding a silver lining in a world of darkest blue.
The clock is ticking backwards on the wall. The outside noise begins to fade away. I listen closely to your rhythmic call and find the courage that I lost today. Your poetry is sharp, but beautifully refined, the perfect counterpoint to my design. The Ink is wet upon the blank white page. We turn the key and unlock the iron cage. Step out into the dim and smoky room and watch our collected definitions bloom. All these velvet rhymes are falling down like silver autumn leaves, a soothing tapestry that every broken spirit weaves. We blend the fierce conviction with the tenderest embrace, finding our salvation in this quiet, sacred space. Yes, the velvet rhymes will carry us across the stormy sea. A beautiful collision of your truth and harmony. Conviction with the tenderest embrace, finding our salvation in this quiet, sacred space. Yes, the velvet rhymes will carry us across the stormy sea. A beautiful collision of your truth and harmony. Just let the piano play peace. Let the piano play peace. The purple tint upon my fragile skin is like a map of where our love went wrong. I try to hide the turbulence within by wrapping it inside this gentle song. We fought with words that left no outward scar, yet left us bleeding on the living room rug. We look at each other from afar, sipping our drinks from a chipped ceramic mug. I do not hold a grudge against your ghost. I only wish we knew how to forgive.
Yeah, look at these marks on our collective reputation, an accurate reflection of our mutual frustration. We collided like two planets in a cosmic accident, leaving behind a trail of absolute predicament. I used to think that being tough meant never showing pain, standing like a soldier in the freezing winter rain. But these soft bruises on my psychological defense are forcing me to analyze the structural expense of keeping up this absolute ridiculous charade while watching all the vibrant colors of our history fade. Your piano notes are like a cool therapeutic compress, relieving all the agony, the panic, and the stress.
We don't need to apologize for being slightly damaged goods. We spent too many winters navigating through the dark woods. Now we sit beneath the amber lamp, accepting every flaw, watching how the frozen block of ice begins to thaw. These soft bruises tell a story of survival and grace, an honest testament of how we found our own place. We blend the raw grit with the tender vintage sound, lifting our weary spirits off the cold, hard ground. Yes, the soft bruises will eventually start to heal, leaving us with something that is genuinely real.
Yeah, my perspective altered when I stopped trying to retaliate, realizing that revenge is just a useless heavyweight. I spent my whole career delivering the verbal punches, operating on my dark, aggressive animal hunches. But sitting in this coffee house, observing your technique, I see the immense power being vulnerable and meek. No more slamming doors or shattering the glass kitchenware, just an honest assessment of the burdens that we bear. We articulate our trauma through a syncopated rhythm, escaping from our self-created internal prison. A legendary combination of the street and the soul, reassembling the fragments till the vessel is whole.
The more morning sun is kissing all the shadows away. The pain is transforming into a beautiful design. We don't have to dwell upon the mistakes of yesterday, as long as your chaotic world can synchronize with mine. Our resilience is a testament to where we belong. We don't need to apologize for being slightly damaged goods. We spent too many winters navigating through the dark woods. Now we sit beneath the amber lamp, accepting every flaw. Watching how the frozen block of ice begins to thaw. These soft bruises tell a story of survival and grace, an honest testament of how we found our own place. We blend the raw grit with the tender vintage sound, lifting our weary spirits off the cold hard ground. Yes, the soft bruises will eventually start to heal, leaving us with something that is genuinely real.
Yeah. The color changes,
The pain begins to disappear.
the plain beginning is clear.
We carry our history without any shame.
No more finger pointing, no more playing the game.
These soft bruises tell a story of survival and grace, an honest testament of how we found our own place. We blend the raw grit with the tender vintage sound, lifting our weary spirits off the cold hard ground. Yes, the soft bruises will eventually start to heal, leaving us with something that is genuinely real.
A beautiful story,
Finally told peace. Peace. The haze is settling inside this dim cafe. A cigarette is burning down to ash and dust. We watch the golden afternoon dissolve to gray, and left our promises to wither and to rust. I feel the ivory beneath my heavy hands, unlocking memories we tried so hard to hide. Nobody in this crowded room quite understands the silent current pulling us against the tide. You speak in riddles that are tangled in the smoke, a beautiful disaster that I can't forsake.
yeah. I watch the wisps of gray ascending toward the plaster ceiling, trying to suppress this overwhelming, suffocating feeling. You're hitting chords that resurrect a ghost I thought was buried dead, evoking all the wicked words that everybody else has said. I used to weaponize the dialect, the lyrical assassin, but now I'm sitting in the shadows witnessing your passion. The way your fingers navigate the keys is like a healing ointment, erasing 20 years of anger, stress, and disappointment. I drop the microphone and listen to the resonance, absorbing every single note to establish my defense against the inner turbulence that threatens to consume my mind, leaving the bitterness and all the heavy armor far behind.
We let the smoke illuminate the hidden path we tread, unraveling the complicated mysteries instead of fighting battles that were lost a decade long ago. We let the music set the pace and control the steady flow. Through these smoky keys we find a way to breathe again, a sanctuary from the chaos and the driving rain. We blend the gritty storytelling with the vintage blues, discovering a perspective that we can finally use. Yes, the smoky keys will guide us through the dark terrain, converting all our historical agony into gain.
I spent My entire youth navigating through a fiery furnace, screaming at the top of my lungs to prove my own earnest. But there's a quiet dignity inside this jazzy atmosphere, where all the paranoia and the static suddenly disappear. You play a major third and alter my entire mood, replacing my aggressive stance with genuine gratitude. No longer chasing validation from a fickle demographic, just chilling in a corner booth, ignoring all the heavy traffic. We orchestrate a masterpiece out of the broken fragments, defying every critic who predicted our collapse in segments. This is the fusion of the pavement and the classical design, a legendary vintage poured into a dirty glass of wine. The final ember dies inside the crystal tray. The morning light is whispering across the floor. We threw our heavy, useless armor completely away, and found the strength to walk right through that open door. Your rhyme scheme is a shield that protects my fragile song. We let the smoke illuminate the hidden path we tread, unraveling the complicating mysteries instead of fighting battles that were lost a decade long ago. We let the music set the pace and control the steady flow. Through these smoky keys we find a way to breathe again, a sanctuary from the chaos and the driving rain. We blend the gritty storytelling with the vintage blues, discovering a perspective that we can finally use. Yes, the smoky keys will guide us through the dark terrain, converting all our historical agony into gain. Stripped of all the superficial weight we used to bear. Through these smoky keys we find a way to breathe again, a final way to sanctuary from the chaos and the driving rain. We blend the gritty storytelling with the vintage blues, discovering a perspective that we can finally use. Yes, the smoky keys will guide us through the dark terrain, converting all our historical agony into gain. Just let it fade out right here, perfect. The canyon of my mind is vast and completely empty. I scream your name, but nothing ever comes back to me. We accumulated wealth and treasures in plenty, but lost the simple essence of our history. I stand upon the precipice of this dark canyon, looking for a sign, a glimmer or a spark, wishing you were still my comforting companion, to guide me through the terrifying dense dark. The reverberation of our last argument remains etched into the very stone of this abandoned place. Yeah, I hear the echo of our arguments bouncing off the canyon wall, reminding me of every single time I caused your pride to fall. I was too stubborn to admit that I was terrified of losing control, allowing my internal monsters to dig a massive empty hole. Yeah. Now I'm standing in the clearing, shouting out an apology, trying to reverse the damage of my destructive psychology. The silence that you give me is louder than a gunshot blast, a painful reminder that the good times are firmly in the past. I try to find the vocabulary to bridge this immense divide, but my ego keeps telling me to bury the truth deep inside.
Yeah, your piano chords are reaching out like a lifeline in the fog, rescuing my spirit from this suffocating swampy bog. We listen to the space between the words we never speak, discovering the hidden strength of being completely weak. The frequency is shifting as we align our separate souls, filling up the empty spaces and the broken bows. And it's a silent echo returning from the valley deep, a haunting memory that we are forced to forever keep. We blend the raw vulnerability with the vintage grace, reclaiming our position in this vast celestial space. Yes, the silent echo will eventually fade away, leaving us with nothing but the promise of a brighter day.
Yeah. Hey, I used to fill the silence with a barrage of rapid words, attacking every instrumental track like a flock of vicious birds. But now I understand the value of leaving a blank space, allowing your melody to completely illuminate the place. You show me that restraint can be a powerful artistic choice, giving more weight and definition to my gravelly voice. We strip away the distortion, the hype and the theatrics, focusing entirely on our emotional and creative matrix.
No longer running away from the quiet moments of reflection, just accepting our flaws without demanding human perfection.
I dropped the microphone on the dusty, worn out floor,
realizing that I don't need to fight this war anymore. The wind is dying down inside this ancient valley. The stars are illuminating the dark, abandoned street. I no longer feel the need to constantly keep score or tally every single mistake or painful historical defeat. Our spirits are finally learning how to gently coexist. We listen to the space between the words we never speak, discovering the hidden strength of being completely weak. The frequency is shifting as we align our separate souls, filling up the empty spaces and the broken bows. And it's a silent echo returning from the valley deep, a haunting memory that we are forced to forever keep. We blend the raw vulnerability with the vintage grace, reclaiming our position in this vast celestial space. Yes, the silent echo will eventually fade away, leaving us with nothing but the promise of a brighter day. To shoot,
we stand in peace
beneath the open sky.
Yeah, no more reasons for either of us to lie.
Just listen to the absolute quietness right now.
We finally figured out
the answer somehow, and it's a silent echo returning from the valley deep, a haunting memory that we are forced to forever keep. We blend the raw vulnerability with the vintage grace, reclaiming our position in this vast celestial space. Yes, the silent echo will eventually fade away, leaving us with nothing but the promise of a brighter day. Nothing left but the truth. Peace out. Yeah. reservoir is filled with a deep and midnight dye. I watch the liquid poetry spill across the sheet. We don't need to offer an explanation why our separate trajectories manage to meet. I write down the chords that originate in my soul while you prepare the sentences that describe the pain. We are two different parts of a singular whole, finding a beautiful solace inside the heavy rain. The fountain pen is bleeding onto the porous white page, a permanent record of our transition to a wiser age.
Yeah, dipping the tip of my quill inside the jazz ink well, extracting the stories that my conscious mind is forced to tell. I'm used to spilling venom, spraying lighter fluid on the track, attacking every single enemy without ever holding back. But this environment requires a more sophisticated fluid mode in my vocabulary, like a highly educated druid. I'm painting pictures with the alphabet of fluid calligraphy, matching the elegance of your acoustic discography. Your piano notes are like the blotter paper that absorb the stress,
Relieving all the agony, the panic, and the mess
of maintaining a public image that is entirely superficial,
creating something genuine, authentic,
and beneficial.
The ink is flowing down the nib, creating a permanent mark, a legendary blueprint that illuminates the dark. We don't erase the errors, we incorporate the stains, transforming our historical struggles into creative gains. And it's the jazz ink, writing our definitive memoirs tonight, a timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward.
Yes, yes.
The jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival.
I spent my whole youth treating the notebook like a battlefield, screaming through the ink cartridges until my fate was sealed. I thought that poetry was meant to be a violent weapon of war, leaving nothing but casualties on the recording studio floor. But sitting here at this mahogany desk, watching your hand glide, I see the immense power of letting the aggression subside, no longer needing to weaponize every single syllable I spit, just
Enjoying the organic texture of the track where we sit.
We orchestrate a literature that completely defies the trend, finding a beautiful resolution where the old chapters end, a monumental combination of the pavement and the press,
Dressing our deepest thoughts in a sophisticated jazz dress. The midnight candle is burning down to the copper base. The final paragraph is taking shape upon the page. We can finally step out of the frantic competitive race, accepting the mature tranquility of this creative stage. Our synchronization is an indelible mark that will never fade. The ink is flowing down the nib, creating a permanent mark, a legendary blueprint that illuminates the dark. We don't erase the errors, we incorporate the stains, transforming our historical struggles into creative gains. And it's the jazz ink, writing our definitive memoirs tonight, a timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward.
yes, yes.
The jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival. Let the words flow, let the midnight ink spill.
Yeah, we're capturing the essence while the world is standing still.
Our story is permanent,
Written in stone,
a sophisticated frequency that is completely our own. Sign your name at the bottom of the final sheet.
this is where
The classical design perfectly meets the street. And it's the jazz ink, writing our definitive memoirs tonight, a timeless composition born out of the shadows and the light. We blend the rapid fire calligraphy with the vintage chord, realizing that artistic honesty is its own reward.
yes, yes, yes.
The jazz ink will document the terms of our survival, securing our positions far above any modern rival, jazzing, draw it on the page.
Yeah.
Close the book, it's a masterpiece, we out. Da-da-da-da-dum. The highway stretches out into the midnight dark, a river of white headlights moving down below. I sit up on the rooftop waiting for a spark as the cold industrial wind begins to blow. I hear the distant hum of the metropolis alive, a million different stories intersecting in the air. We struggle in the concrete jungle just to survive, forgetting all the simple things we used to share. Your voice comes through the static of my old radio, a comforting reminder of the world I used to know.
Yeah. I hear that distant hum of the engines on the interstate, pacing on the terrace, trying to communicate. The isolation of a man who reached the absolute summit, watching his emotional stability suddenly plummet. I look down at the gridlock, the city looks like a circuit board, a chaotic environment that I can no longer afford to let inside my psyche, polluting my internal peace. I need this industrial noise to completely cease.
With your melodies cutting through the smog and the vibration, providing a divine alternative destination. The frequency of jazz that counteracts the urban madness, replacing my aggressive cynicism with a gentle sadness. The world is spinning at a terrifying, frantic pace, but we are frozen in this elevated, quiet space. We listen to the vibration of the valley down below, allowing our creative ideas to naturally grow. And it's a distant hum that reminds us where we came from, an echo of the pavement and the beating of the street drum. We blend the mechanical pressure with the organic touch, realizing that the quiet moments mean so much. Yes, the distant hum will eventually fade into sleep, leaving us with nothing but the promises we keep.
Yeah. I spent my whole life screaming over the industrial roar, fighting for a position on the dirty venue floor. But now I appreciate the beauty of a distant perspective, analyzing my career with a completely new objective. No longer participating in the rat race or the competition, just executing my artistic and creative mission with a legendary songstress who understands the pocket. We don't need to launch another commercial rocket, just
Sitting on a rooftop, watching the exhaust fumes rise, seeing the reflection of the stars inside your eyes. We synchronize our thoughts like two grandfather clocks, escaping from the system and its commercial boxes. The midnight train is whistling along the rusty track. The city down below is finally turning off the light. There is no earthly reason for us to ever look back, as long as we can navigate the darkness of the night. Our connection is a lighthouse in a stormy, foggy sea. The world is spinning at a terrifying, frantic pace, but we are frozen in this elevated, quiet space. We listen to the vibration of the valley down below, allowing our creative ideas to naturally grow. And it's a distant hum that reminds us where we came from, an echo of the pavement and the beating of a street drum. We blend the mechanical pressure with the organic touch, realizing that the quiet moments mean so much. Yes, the distant hum will eventually fade into sleep, leaving us with nothing but the promises we keep. the crowd.
No,
No longer needing our expressions to be loud. Just listen to the city breathing in the dark.
This is where our new beginning leaves its mark.
And it's a distant hum that reminds us where we came from. An echo of the pavement and the beating of a street drum. We blend the mechanical pressure with the organic touch, realizing that the quiet moments mean so much. Yes, the distant hum will eventually fade into sleep, leaving us with nothing but the promises we keep. That let the city sleep, we good out for the night. The orange horizon bleeds across the sky. The day is folding like an old beach chair. I sit on the veranda watching birds fly by in the warm, sticky, late July air. You look out at the landscape deep in your thoughts, a quiet silhouette against the fading glow, counting all the battles that we both fought while the evening river begins to slowly flow. There is a peaceful sadness in this fleeting light, a golden bridge before we step into the night.
Catching the last rays of the sun on my face, slowing down my thoughts in this specific space. I'm used to the concrete, the shadows, the dark. Now I'm sitting on the deck looking at the state park. The amber dusk is cast in the therapeutic shade, watching how the fierce anxieties of daytime fade. I drop the defensive posture, the cynical attitude, replacing my aggressive drive with genuine gratitude. Your guitar chords are like a warm evening breeze, bringing my chaotic mind completely to its knees. We fuse the pavement perspective with the golden hour, discovering an alternative, sophisticated power.
The daylight is escaping, but we don't feel the panic, embracing a rhythm that is purely organic. The frequency is shifting as the shadows grow long, giving us the perfect atmosphere to execute this song. Underneath the amber dusk, we watch the colors bleed, finding the tranquility that our spirits truly need. We blend the gritty lyricism with the coffeehouse tone, creating an environment that is completely our own. Yes, the amber dusk will soothe our historical pain before the night covers the valley once again.
I remember when I thought that life was just a race, screaming at the microphone, maintaining the frantic pace. But looking at the horizon, the orange turning to pink, I finally have the opportunity to sit down and think about the true value of these quiet, peaceful sessions, converting my old anger into honest confessions. No longer chasing after the spotlight or the praise, just lost inside the warmth of these late summer days. We let the tempo drop down to a relaxed stride, allowing all the internal hostility to completely subside. A legendary partnership built on mutual respect, protecting our vulnerability from any negative defect.
The first stars blinking in the purple sky, the crickets are starting their nocturnal tune. We don't need to offer a reason or a why, as long as we can sit beneath the coming moon. Our synchronization is a beautiful golden shield. The daylight is escaping, but we don't feel the panic, embracing a rhythm that is purely organic. The frequency is shifting as the shadows grow long, giving us the perfect atmosphere to execute this song. Underneath the amber dusk, we watch the colors bleed, finding the tranquility that our spirits truly need. We blend the gritty lyricism with the coffeehouse tone, creating an environment that is completely our own. Yes, the amber dusk will soothe our historical pain before the night covers the valley once again. Let it fade, let it fade, let it fade.
Let it fade, let the golden light dissolve away.
Yeah, I'm content with leaving behind the yesterday.
We We are safe inside the warmth of this
quiet twilight,
adjusting our focus.
Until the picture is right. Just watch the last bit of orange disappear from the wall.
This melody
is the ultimate answer to our creative call. Underneath the amber dusk we watch the colors bleed, finding the tranquility that our spirits truly need. We blend the gritty lyricism with the coffeehouse tone, creating an environment that is completely our own. Yes, the amber dusk will soothe our historical pain before the night covers the valley once again. Amber dusk, amber dusk, amber dusk, turning into night.
Let the darkness come, we're good and
Beautiful. The kindling is dry beneath our frozen feet. We watch the sparks initiate the quiet glow. The world outside is rushing down the frantic street, but here inside our sanctuary we move slow.
I lay my heavy head upon your leather vest and listen to the rhythm of your breathing pattern. We finally found a place where we can truly rest, far away from the orbits of Jupiter and Saturn.
The flame is consuming the wood without a sound, a steady heat that warms a cold and dusty floor.
Yeah, look at the ember drifting upward through the chimney flue. Reminds me of the anger that I used to give to you. I was an explosive device with a short fuse attached, ready to detonate whenever a match was scratched. But you introduced me to a different type of thermodynamics, calming down my erratic panic and my verbal forensics. This ain't a sudden explosion that destroys the neighborhood. This is a slow burn, a steady fire consuming the wood. I dropped the hostile demeanor, the defensive posture, realizing how much energy my old resentment cost. Your vocals are like a warm blanket in a blizzard storm, keeping my shivering spirit incredibly safe and warm.
We don't need a massive bonfire to illuminate the dark. We just need to protect this tiny, miraculous spark. The temperature is rising in a controlled environment, giving our exhausted souls a beautiful retirement. And it's a slow burn, gradual release of the heat, a perfect synchronization of the piano and the street beat. We blend the fierce vocabulary with the velvet touch, realizing that the subtle expressions matter so much. Yes, the slow burn will keep us warm throughout the night, guiding our footsteps until the morning brings the light.
I spent my entire youth burning down every single bridge I crossed, never calculating the immense psychological price it cost. I thought that passion meant screaming until your vocal cords tore, leaving nothing but ash and destruction on the venue floor. But sitting here in this cabin observing your composure, I'm learning the true artistic value of absolute exposure. No longer needing to ignite a public controversy, just throwing myself completely at your musical mercy. We let the tempo breathe like a vintage bottle of port, no longer cutting our deepest conversations short. Two separate elements fusing into a singular entity, reclaiming our focus and our creative identity.
The midnight law collapses into a bed of gold. The room is filled with a comforting, nostalgic scent, a beautiful story that no longer needs to be told. We understand exactly where our youthful passion went. Our synchronization is an undeniable work of art. We don't need a massive bonfire to illuminate the dark. We just need to protect this tiny, miraculous spark. The temperature is rising in a controlled environment, giving our exhaustion exhausted souls. A beautiful retirement, and it's a slow burn, a gradual release of the heat, a perfect synchronization of the piano and the street beat. We blend the fierce vocabulary with the velvet touch, realizing that the subtle expressions matter so much. Yes, the slow burn will keep us warm throughout the night, guiding our footsteps until the morning brings the light. Let it cook, let the let it cook, let the no more screaming microphones or aggressive tones.
Yeah,
We are safe from the winter, safe from the cold.
yeah.
A dynamic chemistry that never grows old. Just watch the last log turn into a glowing coal.
This is the ultimate satisfaction of my soul.
And it's a slow burn, a gradual release of the heat, a perfect synchronization of the piano and the street beat. We blend the fierce vocabulary with the velvet touch, realizing that the subtle expressions matter so much. Yes, the slow burn will keep us warm throughout the night, guiding our footsteps until the morning brings the light. Slow burn, turning into passion. Let the heat linger, we could relax. Slow burn. The city sleeps beneath a blanket of neon blue. The clock tower chimes, announcing the witching hour. I sit on the balcony waiting alone for you. As the rain pours down, stripping the blooming flower.
I hold a crystal glass filled with a crimson wine, reflecting the streetlights dancing upon the floor. I wonder if your path will ever intersect with mine, or if we're just drifters knocking on a locked door.
The air is chilly, carrying a scent of old romance. A nostalgic whisper blowing through the open space.
Yeah, I'm driving through the boulevard, windshield wipers moving fast, chasing after ghosts from a distant obliterated past. The dashboard glow is casting shadows on my weary face, trying to find a destination in this empty space. I park the vehicle, step out into the midnight mist, thinking about the opportunities that we both missed. I climb the stairwell, heavy footsteps echoing aloud, tired of the noise and the pollution of the daily crowd. I see you
Standing by the railing like a silhouette, a cinematic vision that I never will forget. You hand me the glass, a gesture of unspoken truce, loosening the tension from a tight, constricting noose. Underneath the canopy of stars that refuse to shine, we cross the boundary, erasing the dividing line. A singular moment frozen in the nocturnal air, trading our illusions for a truth we finally share. Take a midnight sip, let the liquid courage heal the scar. We don't need to worry about how damaged we both are. In the quiet hours when the world is gone to sleep, we can share the secrets that we swore we'd always keep. Just a midnight sip to wash away the dust and grime, finding our asylum at the very edge of time.
Yeah, my perspective changes when the clock strikes 12. Into the deepest corners of my psyche I begin to delve. No more defense mechanisms, no more witty punchlines, just a man analyzing all his internal design signs. Appreciate the cadence of your gentle breathing pattern. We're like two distant satellites orbiting around Saturn, far away from the criticism and the public scrutiny, preventing my chaotic thoughts from staging a new mutiny. You teach me how to slow down, how to embrace the rhythm, escaping from the walls of my own self-imposed prison. We take our time, savoring the flavor on our palate, writing our own laws without a judge or a gavel mallet.
The velvet night enfolds us in a warm embrace. The turbulence of yesterday is thoroughly erased. I lean against your shoulder, feeling the steady beat of a heart that found a sanctuary off the frantic street. the world can spin without us for a little while. Underneath the canopy of stars that refuse to shine, we cross the boundary, erasing the dividing line. A singular moment frozen in the nocturnal air, trading our illusions for a truth we finally share. Take a midnight sip, let the liquid courage heal the scar. We don't need to worry about how damaged we both are. In the quiet hours when the world is gone to sleep, we can share the secrets that we swore we'd always keep. Just a midnight sip to wash away the dust and grime, finding our asylum at the very edge of time.
The world is fast asleep.
We dive into the ocean where the water's running deep.
No reservations left.
We give into the flow.
Yeah, turn the headlights off.
Let the dashboard glow, glow, glow. Sip it slow. Let the stress evaporate from your veins.
Nothing but the moonlight and the music.
On the midnight sip, let the liquid courage heal the scar. We don't need to worry. We don't need to worry about how damaged we both are. In the quiet hours when the world is gone to sleep, we can share the secrets that we swore we'd always keep. Just a midnight sip to wash away the dust and grime, finding our asylum at the very edge of time. Midnight sip, just you and me. Yeah, let the city sleep midnight. Yeah. The barista pours another cup of dark roast espresso. I watch the steam evaporate against the morning frost. You're staring out the window at the people down below, calculating everything we gathered and we lost. The sugar doesn't sweeten the resentment in our cup. We drink the liquid sorrow till our vision starts to blur. It's funny how a single choice can tear a kingdom up and leave us with the ghost of everything we used to were.
I trace the porcelain handle with my trembling fingertips, wishing I could rewrite every bitter word we spoke. Yeah. Pass the mug because my throat is dry from swallowing my pride. I've been suppressing all these demons that are bubbling inside. Look at the dark complexion of the beverage inside the glass. Reminds me of the shadows that we threw across the grass when we were arguing about the petty things that didn't matter. Watching all our expectations shatter like a ceramic platter. I poured my heart out in a message that I never sent, spending every single second wondering where the passion went.
Now we're trapped inside a coffee house surrounded by the patrons, two separate entities avoiding any close relations. I take a gulp, it burns my tongue, a physical reminder that history can be a cruel, unforgiving grinder. We stare into the black abyss of our mistakes, counting all the promises of fragile human breaks. The morning rush is whirling all around our isolated table, trying to fix a bond that we no longer feel is stable. And it's a bitter brew that we are forced to swallow now. We lost the magic recipe, forgot the sacred vow. The counterculture coffee cannot heal the deep incision. We're staring at each other through a broken, muddy vision, but through the bitterness, the spark of truth remains alive, a desperate remedy to help our weary souls survive.
Yeah, I watch the sediment settle down at the very bottom, thinking about the vibrant summer turning into autumn. My vocabulary fails me when I look into your eyes. I see through the facade and all the clever neat disguises. You wanted something simple, just a peaceful, quiet life. Instead I brought the chaos, the publicity, the strife, the media perception of a madman with the pen. And now I'm trying to figure out if we can start again in this bohemian cafe, listening to the acoustic chords, dropping all my weapons, my artillery, my swords. Just an ordinary man holding a lukewarm paper cup, hoping that you'll look across the table and look up.
The background music plays an old familiar bossa nova, a gentle reminder that the storm is finally over. We don't need to rebuild the walls we spent years tearing down. We just need to find a way to walk through this old town without the heavy burden of the grudges that we keep. We stare into the black abyss of our mistakes, counting all the promises of fragile human embrace. The morning rush is swirling all around our isolated table, trying to fix a bond we no longer feel is stable. And it's a bitter brew that we are forced to swallow now. We lost the magic recipe, forgot the sacred vow. The counterculture coffee cannot heal the deep incision. We're staring at each other through a broken muddy vision, but through the bitterness a spark of truth remains alive, a desperate remedy to help our weary souls survive. Drink it down. Drink it down, let the down. Drink it down, 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 let the warmth wash away the cold.
Stories told, secret soul,
Watching love unfold.
we survived the frost, we survived the longest night.
Yeah, just to focus till the picture's looking right. And it's a bitter brew that we are forced to swallow now. We are forced to swallow. We lost the magic recipe, forgot the sacred vow. We got the sacred vow. The counterculture coffee cannot heal the deep incision. We're staring at each other through a broken muddy vision, but through the bitterness a spark of truth remains alive, a desperate remedy to help our weary souls survive.
Just a bitter brew
In the morning light,
to leave the tips on the counter, a good out.
and just a bit